Absolutely Autism.
Welcome to Absolutely Autism. I'm Amy.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Janelle, and today we're going to talk about the process from going from kindy to junior primary and then from junior primary to primary.
Yes.
What that all entails.
We get lots of questions about that, and I have to admit, when my son was in kindy, I had absolutely no idea the process that was going to be put on us as far as moving up to school. So it's a very common question we get, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, and it's something that you don't know about until you have to go through it.
No,
Yes. I remember feeling very overwhelmed, very uneducated, I guess. And so what we want to do now is go through the process with you, give you some tips and tricks on what we went through and, give you an idea.
Of what to expect.
Yes. Yeah. So your child is in kindy, what do you do then?
Well, depending on how your child is, sometimes the director will say, we think your child needs to be assessed. Sometimes it's led by you, thinking your child needs some more help. They will then call in an educational psychologist who will assess your child and put forth their recommendations to the board, who gather all the information on your child and on other children and assess where they think your child needs to go.
And they'll take into that reports from therapists, if you've been going to any therapies as well. You can handwrite a letter. They'll also give you a form to fill out, a questionnaire that you fill out as well, so that you can get your perspective on your child's behaviours and performances and development as well. But you can also add a personal letter to that, and it all gets presented to the board.
Yeah. This generally happens at about term 2, term 3. So that urgency isn't there in the first term. I think they need to establish your child, get to know your child, and any information that you can give, that you can add to the assessment will help.
They do take into account, because there is a stranger coming in and assessing your child. Your child may not be familiar, they may not bond well with that psychologist right away, they may be having a good day or a bad day. I think they generally try and break it up into 2 or 3 sessions, don't they? So they visit multiple times to see the child at different stages and things like that, which I think makes a big difference.
So what are the placements that are possible for our kids?
This is where I got very confused in the early stages of my journey, is people were throwing around special class, special unit, special school, and I actually assumed they were all the same thing and people were just calling them a different name. I don't know if I'm the only person out there that thought that, but there actually is a very big difference between them, and it makes a difference as to where your child gets sent.
So special class is a classroom that is based on a mainstream school and a mainstream curriculum. So they generally don't have the same needs as a special children that are eligible for a special unit or a special school.
After the special class, there's a special unit. That is for kids that have a few higher needs. They may have additional diagnoses and need a bit more support. It's usually an enclosed area and may not interact with the mainstream classes, and it's just a more specialised environment.
And then you've got your special school, which is a high needs place to be, and that can include physical and mental disabilities as well. So all of this will be determined when the board assesses your child, and then what happens?
And then they have to rank them by their needs, by what is available, by way of in their local area, and put it all together and have a look at where they can place your child.
I guess the unfortunate side to this is that there are just not enough places in all states, I think, but I know in our experience, South Australia in particular, there's just not enough places, which is why they have to rank them as they do, and unfortunately it doesn't always go according to plan.
No, it certainly means that some kids get missed or that things don't go as they should.
I think you also then get given an option to go into a mainstream school with SSO assistance. And the government will determine how much funding you get. That funding goes to your school, and the school then divvies out that funding. I would classify my son as high needs. He was in kindy, he was non-verbal, and he went through all the steps, the process and everything, and somehow was not given a place in a special school, a special unit or a special class. Somebody determined that he needed to be in mainstream with SSO assistance. When we all went into a panic because because you don't get to pick what school they go to, they obviously take into consideration the area that you live in and will try and find something within your zone. So we knew the general list of schools that we would possibly be sent to. But beyond that, we didn't really research schools. We were just waiting to be told where his placement would be. And because he didn't get a placement, it was a quick scurry in the end of term 3, trying to find where to send him, what schools are accommodating within mainstream for children with special needs. Luckily, we did find one, and we managed to get some SSO assistance. All we got was an hour a day, 5 days a week, which was not enough. And he struggled, the teacher struggled, it was such a struggle, and I was very disheartened about the whole process.
Yeah.
So taking from that, it would be helpful, especially in your situation, if you don't get a place, put your child in a position where there's more of a chance to get a place, because you need to fight for that place. You can't just sit back and go, okay, maybe next year this could happen. It doesn't always happen. And for you to pick the school that would maybe allow him to go into a special class was a great move in your part, I would say. And these are the kind of things that you've got to work with. Fight for them, know what they need and fight for that.
One thing I did learn is writing that personal letter. It made it, I feel like doing that process again later on, which we'll discuss in a minute, made a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, it is a more common story like yours, Lisa, that they get put into mainstream, they struggle, they end up spending more time at home with their parents than they do at school, because the school is just not able to accommodate what that child needs.
That's right, and that's not on the school and that's not on the teachers. They're doing the best they can with what they're being provided with. There's just such a lack of.
And that's why we're here to advocate for more of these schools.
Yes, we need more placements.
Yes. I know that one year there was 50% of children that needed a placement didn't get a placement, which is a sickening number.
That's a huge number.
Yeah.
So luckily for myself, somebody actually moved interstate in the special class that was within the school my son was already at, and he had already been flagged to be put on the waiting list as someone who needed to find a spot in a special class as soon as possible. So it was a miracle actually, and we ended up in a wonderful special class, and everything did work out in the end for us. But as we said, that it's a rarity.
Yeah. So you've hopefully landed in a spot that's good. It comes to year 2. What now?
It's the same process, isn't it? You need to go through the same process again for upper primary school.
Yeah.
You are not guaranteed a place in upper primary.
You're not even guaranteed to be able to, even if you are given a place, you are not guaranteed to be in the same school.
They're all contributing factors.
Yeah.
They do try and take into consideration the school you're already at. If you have siblings that are in that school as well.
Location.
Yes, they do try as best they can to take in your personal situations, but
it's
not guaranteed.
No.
Yeah.
So again, you're going through that process. I think one of the best tips we learnt was being prepared for that meeting.
Yeah, gather all your reports, everything that will support your child in receiving the placement that they need.
And your child's teacher will help you with every step of that. They help fill out forms, they help you with the interview process, they help that transition with your children, going off with the psychologist for their assessments and stuff. Generally they have an SSO with them or a familiar person with them too.
Yeah. Be proactive in what you do, but also look at your child on their worst day.
Yes.
Don't look at them on their best day and go, okay, they're okay, they could probably do this and this. Go for the worst day.
Yeah. Best advice I got given was don't pre-prepare your child for it.
Yes.
Don't talk to them about it so that they're prepared for that person to come in and for that to happen.
Yeah.
Let them approach them naturally, and so they have a natural reaction to that.
Definitely. Don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
The person that is assessing your child needs to see your child, well, if they can, at their worst, because it can only get better from there.
Yes, absolutely. And again, that personal letter, add it. There's nowhere on there that says you can add a personal letter.
You can add it.
Add it. Write your needs, write your hopes for your child.
Write your fears.
Yes, and be specific of what you want the school to provide for your child.
Yeah.
So what it is that you need from whatever position you're applying for, special unit, special school, try and be specific as to what you need from them in order for your child to progress in their future.
Yeah, definitely.
So keep advocating for your child. Get your child on waiting lists. Get your contacts to know if there's spots available, if something pops up, if anyone's moving. Get in the know. Make sure that you are prepared and proactive. That's probably the best advice that we can give through our experience. If you do happen to get SSO funding for your child, make sure it's being used for your child.
Yes.
Make sure it's enough funding, and this is something that you can have a lot of involvement in.
Work with your teacher, work with your
Principal. Yeah.
Most schools will be quite accommodating to that as well.
They're struggling too.
Yeah. They can't do any more than they're able to with the funding they're provided and with the allocation of spaces they're provided also. So I hope this video has helped. I hope it felt informative. I hope that explained the process a little bit better and made you feel a little bit more reassured about just how things go down.
We'll put them in some infographics as well so that you can visually see the steps. If you like.
Yeah.
Well.
And if you have any other questions, comment below.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we'll be happy to answer them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people at the moment in Australia, I think, fighting for more places. So the more awareness we bring to it, hopefully we can make a change. So speak up.
Yes, and if you get a chance to advocate for your child or others, do it. That's the only way we're going to get change.
So don't forget to like us on our socials. We are on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Pardon me. Sorry. Welcome to Absolutely Autism. I'm Amy.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Janelle, and today we're going to talk about... Try again. Go again.
Start again.
Yep. School. Try again. Sorry.
Okay.
Junior primary to primary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to start again?
Once again. Yep. Primary. And then from junior primary to primary. I should have said junior primary again. Okay,
Last
try
time.
again. Last time. Got it. So you... All right.
Welcome to Absolutely Autism. I'm Amy.
I'm Janelle. I'm not Janelle.
Okay.
Wow, we've got to that.
Right, so she's not Janelle.
What's wrong with me? Okay.
Welcome to Absolutely Autism. I'm Amy.
I'm Lisa.
I think I'm Lisa. I'm not quite sure anymore.
I actually went to say. Okay, start again. I've got it.
Who am I?
You are Lisa.
Lisa.
Believe in yourself, Lisa. You are Lisa.
You're Lisa.
Wow.